Alright, greetings, peace. What's going on, sentient beings? Prosperity Priestess with a video. Today is Tuesday, October 21st. It's definitely Tuesday. Now, I believe there's a new moon today in Libra. Oh, right, because it was like, 28 degrees, so that's why Libra, the moon's transiting the zodiac sign of Libra, moving to Scorpio, because the moon moves 1 degree every 2.5 hours. So at some point today, it was at 28 degrees Libra, right next to the 28 degree Libra sun. The sun moves 1 degree each day. So, planets move at different speeds, a different rate, and they move in different orbits as well. Yes. So, what do I want to say? I think religion is a drug. People are addicted to religion. That's something I want to communicate. That as I'm seeing it try to take hold of my loved one, my family member, the child that I pushed out of my womb, I'm like, what? How? Why? And I a lot of times we ask why something is occurring, and really another question that could be asked is what do I do about it? We're presented with situations that perhaps we don't want or we don't find enjoyable, that's not giving us the energy that we need. What can we do to change it to get the results that we want and that we feel like are ideal? So that's what's happening. I feel like the spirit of religion and these egregores are trying to take my child. How did this even happen, right? But putting blame on anyone is not the same as getting to a solution, right? Which needs to be the focus here. So it's interesting because I can recall maybe 2-3 months ago, it was in August. I remember I was sitting in the grassy, sunny area having lunch, and I had this insight. I had my shoes off, socks off, I was grounding. I love my sunlight, sun gaze, and I had this insight. And I remember I put it in an email so I could save it, about writing a book about how religion is a dogma, and like breaking that spell. It's also interesting because last night I saw a video. I think I'm going to post it. I was trying to watch more of it before I do. I think I got to post it because I was having these thoughts since the first 2 minutes of the video. I got to share this. But when the gentleman said gospel, he was like God's spell. So it's so funny. I just had a meeting with some school facilitators, and when I was talking, I was like, yeah, well, trying to preach the God spell. Oh, I mean gospel. They kind of chuckled because they understood exactly what I meant. I said it on purpose like that. I said, yeah, you got to look at the etymology of the word and what these things symbolize energetically. Confirmation. Yup. Wow. So anyways, this looked like a pretty cool area to just sit and unwind for a moment. I love being in nature. Happy fall season. Oh, that's a mushroom. Mushrooms are new homes. Hey. The plants always have a meaning and an energy to them. Oh, what's the mushroom network? Mycelium or something like that? Isn't it like, and it's a type of fungus, isn't it like one of the oldest species in life? Fungus, I believe, and has encoded with a lot of information. That's what's up. Yup, I'm picking up what it's putting down. Sheesh. Yeah, but like this religion thing, it's a tool of colonization and control. And overall, it keeps you away from your inner self, your inner light, that little voice within, your higher self. And it definitely wants to keep you far, far away from your ancestors. Oh, that's a slug. Oh, look at the slug on there. Oh, they're very ancient. I picked the slug up the other day. It was on the sidewalk. I picked it up with like a leaf and put it in the grass area. I don't know. Can you guys see that? Oh, yeah. So religion is like the exact opposite. Take you away from ancient ways and ancient knowings and who you are internally. Your soul, your light. You know, it keeps you trying to feed something externally, search for something externally, versus connecting with what's within intrinsically and who you are. And that's not good, because it's like searching for external validation. It's like a bowl with a hole in it. You're never gonna be fulfilled. And that's part of the issue. So that's how I started. I think religion is like a drug. It's like an addiction. This is what I'm slowly starting to wrap my head around. Like, wow, these are the same concepts of like trying to figure out, how do I pull my child away from this? And I feel like I let things go too far in terms of allowing her to I didn't give her a Bible because I'm not that type of parent. But of course she got it from the people who gave it to her, her grandparents. So they're Jehovah's Witnesses, so I say they're in a cult, and I'm about the occult. So it's like we're at opposite ends of the spectrum, me versus my parents, and my child's right here in the middle. So after living with them for like a year, a lot of seeds are planted and watered daily. So, you know, she feels like she's supposed to be giving all her energy to God. I'm like, which God? There are many gods. Oh, the Yahweh? Yahweh, the demiurge? Word? Worship me. So, as the book tells you, you feel like you're supposed to worship something outside of you, but not worship yourself. When the same book tells you the kingdom of heaven is within. The same book tells you ye are gods. The book has a lot of confusion with it, of course. And it's not the end all be all. These are concepts I try to explain. So I'm on this journey now of exploring more ways to bring light to this concept of religion and how damaging it is to an individual, into their psyche, into who they are, into their experience here, to their experience on earth. Period. I always tell her, religion just copies spirituality, ancient cultures and their ways of life, and kind of mix it up, twist it, pervert it, water it down. But they learned from ancient people and ancient cultures. And we know colonization, the spread of colonization, they use Christianity, their form of Christianity, to control and to hurt. Gratitude, confirmation. and to keep people very, very far away from their ancient ways and connecting with their inner selves, their higher selves, and their ancestors who are with us always and in all ways. Confirmation. I don't know if you can hear it, see this. Ooh, 10:10 on the clock. Time. They're with us always and in all ways. You know? Because even science will tell you. Metaphysics will tell you. Going beyond the physical, which is really what we're talking about. We're talking about spirit. And entities that exist in ways that are not tangible. Can't touch it. But the energy still exists. It's still real. Like the wind. The wind is very real, but we don't touch it. You know? How do you draw the wind? Or like frequencies, sound. Right? Like light spectrums. Certain lights are healing, whereas other certain light frequencies are destructive to a person. Right? I'm thinking like, don't they have like a thing called infrared or infrared? Yeah, infrared for like sort of like the healing of the face, or even deeper like the healing of our bones. And people have used sound frequencies to heal. But then I've also heard of the concept of some sort of like blue light, which I guess is in the cell phones, that's destructive and changes our DNA. I don't really know the ins and outs of it. Those are like bits and pieces that I've heard. But I understand the concept that something that is not tangible can affect us deeply. Whether that's light or sound. That's why there's sound healing in those tuning bowls. That's why mantras are so relevant, and they affect our chakras, our energy centers. That's why ancient cultures have always studied energy and how to utilize it to enhance our experience and enhance this vessel that we are in. We all have a body, but you're not your body. You're that entity inside that's not tangible. You're a soul inside of a body, having a human experience. So how do you nourish that soul? How do you feed that light and grow it and be more? They're doing it again. Confirmation. So that's why I'm out here in the woods and nature. I love it. I'm just getting a new perspective. I feel like the hangman right now. Possibly later, I'll pull some cards and see how it correlates with this message here. But yes, religion seeks to like take control. It's like an invasive species. You know, invasive species of plants, and they like take over everything. I feel like that's what religion does to a person's mind. And this is what I'm seeing as I learn. My first time being a parent. Woo! But it's all part of my journey and why I'm here. I see so many puzzle pieces. And yeah, so I'm further exploring the damaging effects of religion and how to fix it. We got to reverse osmosis this or something. And get back to being centered, get back to who we are internally. Because if you're always seeking something external, trying to give your energy externally, worship me, you're never going to listen to that little voice within. You won't use your inner self, who you are, your soul, your spirit, to be able to connect with the spirits that want to help you, your ancestors who are inside of you. They as I as we as me. You know, that's my quote. I say that all the time. They as I as we as me. All right. They didn't die. They just exist in a non-physical form. This is a very relevant aspect to this experience we call life. This is why a lot of ancient cultures studied the afterlife. It left us notes and information and clues about the reality we are experiencing. This is why people can astral project, travel astrally, go to different realms which do exist. But you don't go in your physical body. But who you are goes, your soul goes elsewhere. I'm like, I need to do this. When do I get to astral project? How come I don't? Sometimes I remember my dream. Not recently. I have not been remembering my dreams, and probably because of the choices. More than likely because of the choices I've been making while in the physical. I mean, during my day-to-day living. So, but there are things I can do during my day-to-day living to enhance that aspect of me so that I am traveling astrally and remembering. Because we do it, but I need to remember. I need to be in control. I need to have lucid dreams. You know? So religion keeps people very far away from that aspect, that reality of life, that we're more than just a physical body, and that there is more to this existence, this reality, than what we see right in front of us. You tap into other realms. You can tap into other realms. Be like my slug friend here. My ancient slug friend who's on these ancient microciliums, is that how you say it? That's so interesting. Let me put those down right where I found them. Jeez, they're everywhere in the woods. Just wanted to get on and communicate a little bit about my thoughts. So I've been doing for quite a few years now. You can see the progression. How my thoughts have evolved more, which we would hope, you know, if you're going through this experience. And I'm just, you know, putting it all together and learning and growing and being. Alright? And my goals, some of them are to use my energy to help another in their existence, to be able to explore and be able to accept who they are and not be shy about it, and not feel ashamed because they don't fit a certain narrative that's trying to be pushed upon them that isn't them, or certain lies or brainwashing, dogma that they've been, or programming that they've been introduced to. Hey, we're waking up from this spell. So I just like to use my energy in that way to be that, for real. That's why I refuse to wear wigs. I'm going to wear my natural hair. Because I should. And I love to. And it's so interesting, you know, the responses that I get. Or the looks even. It's shocking to see a young melanated woman with her natural hair. Why? Because of programming. But I'm an enigma, not easily understood, but I refuse to be, I do refuse to be indoctrinated, and I refuse to be a statistic. I'm not following no program. Unless it's the one I create for myself, which is, it's already inside of me, intrinsically. The blueprint. I have a fingerprint, and we have a cosmic fingerprint. It's called your natal chart. So you should look that up. I usually say that to people in day-to-day conversations. Ooh, I met a woman one day, and she told me she was psychic. And then later in the conversation, I was like, wait, aren't you a Pisces? Because I was able to see her birth date on some paperwork. And she was like, yes. And I was like, oh, you guys are like that. And then she was asking me what my signs were. And I told her, and so it's so interesting. But she told me that her son was a Pisces moon. And I was like, oh, the guy I'm talking to now, he's a Pisces moon. She said, watch out. I said, oh, why? She was like, well, addiction. Addictive. That's what she said. It's addictive. They have addictive energy. She was like, yeah, he thought he liked to drink a lot. And she ended up telling me that her son, you know, he passed away and he was homeless. But I thought that was very interesting. But she told me I was like, I'm sure that he knows that you loved him and you were supportive of him, and also your daughters as well. And she told me, yes, he knows. He comes back often. So it was beautiful, just talking to someone, communicating. His leaf just fell right here.